first of all, I'd like to thank Athletic Director Peters for giving me this opportunity. And I will tell you, I am absolutely pumped to be standing here with the opportunity to lead this program and to create a program that's a premier Division II football program in this area, to fill that niche that's waiting there to be grabbed by somebody. And so I am ecstatic about it. I want to thank the rest of the people involved. It was a long hiring process. I know a lot of people donated a lot of their time, a lot of effort, a lot of meetings, a lot of legwork on their own to this process and making it what it is today. So I appreciate that. I am extremely confident and excited about the direction the university is going in. President Szymanski and her leadership, her plan for where this is going with Athletic Director Peters. I am unbelievably confident and thrilled about where we're going and the things we're going to achieve. And so with that, my family, I would like to thank them for the support, dealing with the whole process and listening to me. But I'd like to open up for any questions that you have at this time.
Coach, what do you think was the main selling point that put it over the top that said, I got to be the guy?
Well, I think there's a lot of things. I think ultimately the local connections, the area, knowing the athletes, knowing the coaches, being able to be a trustworthy face that's memorable when you walk in and walk out. It's not just somebody that they don't know. It is a face that can be trusted and relied on. Steve,
did you and Doug talk about tenure, and do you think you're a guy that can give this program some stability and some tenure?
For sure, that's the plan. I mean, any great program has stability in it, starting with the coaching staff all the way down to the players, but it goes on the upside as well. You know, with the athletic director and the president, I really think they're in place and committed to moving this program, not just football, but all of Dragon Athletics in a new direction and really returning football to the competitive greatness that it had from its past.
How old are you now?
32.
32. Is your career path right now on a much quicker pace, or are you further ahead at this point in your career path than maybe you would envision?
You know what? It's day to day. Life is day to day, and I'm excited to be here because you know what? This is fulfilling, job-wise, professionally. It's where I'm built, where I'm created to coach at this level, and this level allows me to be able to win at home. Obviously, my family's here, and that is hugely important. That is the whole key to me standing right here.
Coach, what's it going to take to turn it around? Now that you've looked at it and evaluated for the past 3 weeks, what in your mind is going to take this program to be successful?
It starts with people, and I think the people in the leadership, as I've talked about in the university, are set. We need to set the people, the leadership of the coaching staff, which we're working on and we'll get set, and ultimately creating players that are here transforming into the people that they need to be successful, and then bringing in the same type of guys that have that high level of character and do that.
What's been done with recruiting up to this point? The signing day is just around the corner now.
I got my cell phone in my pocket. I'll be making a lot of calls as soon as we walk out of here. So I know there's available players. I've got their numbers, and they'll be getting a call from me shortly.
How soon do you expect to have your staff in place?
Oh, the first couple I think can be within a few days to a week. After that, I don't think it'll take much longer than that. Obviously, there's the paperwork and the kind of the details that go with that. Mindset, though, we're pretty set on what it's going to be. I've talked to the guys, and I don't envision it being much more than a week.
Where's your pool of candidates for those guys, Steve?
Locally, they have local ties. I think that's important. You have a vested interest in the success of the program. To be a guy that's from the Red River Valley or has ties to the Red River Valleys that wants to see a Division II football program succeed. There's a niche that was left here of great Division II football as the transition went to Division I, and so someone needs to grab that window of opportunity and take the ball and run with it.
Do you still have ties from your days at UMC as far as recruiting ties webbed out to Wisconsin or any other states?
Yeah, my ties really focused when I was everywhere I was is right here in this tri-state area, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. So running into those guys at clinics, the last 4 years, and I've kept those up, so that will not be an issue at all.
Got a place to ride oxen now?
I don't think I could comment on any specifics of the staff, so that'll be shortly released, I would imagine.
Hard to leave Shanley. Coach, did you think twice about that?
Yeah, you know what, anytime you get deeply invested in helping athletes, or anybody for that matter, achieve their goals, it's tough to walk away from, those underclassmen that still have goals they want to achieve of 3 state championships in a row, to be able to walk away from that. So certainly a difficult thing. But at the same time, there's a tremendous amount of wanting to succeed and people that want to be invested in to achieve goals that are right outside this doorway, lifting weights right now.
How will you judge yourself on success in the short term, considering the better part of 2 recruiting classes have been lost last year and this year? And in turn, how will Doug assess you success-wise in the short term?
Well, we need to show progress, obviously, and that's in a lot of different phases. Part of a successful football program is a multifaceted approach. So we need to show progress in the classroom. We need to show progress in retention. We need to show progress on the football field schematically, being able to take, a step-by-step approach of, what was the margin of defeat? Let's start to narrow that down. Okay, what are the teams that we can start to pick off and climb ourselves up the ladder in the North Division? And so it's a step-by-step process. I think we'll have a better feel for that after spring ball and how far along we can push this crew, and I think they want to be pushed hard, and I think they'll achieve at high levels.
Coach, what will people be able to see right away that will let them know, hey, Steve Laqua is here, he's taking over?
Well, I think a tremendous work ethic. Hopefully, within the matter of the next month or so, if someone were to walk in and watch a workout in the weight room, there'd be newfound intensity, newfound focus and commitment, and passion and energy. And so I think that will be the first thing that shows up. I really believe that players take on the mentality and the personality of their coaches, and so that's what the coaching staff will be made up of, and that's what you see out of the players.
Coach, when you got to Shanley, they hadn't won a game the year before. Can you take that same process that you did there and bring it here?
Yep. Winning is winning. Building programs is building programs. And there's certain steps you got to take to develop and build teams. And going through that before and being able to be part of, first steps of rebuilding at UMC, of showing progress, all that comes into play. And everything I've learned there will be put right into place to be able to do that. I feel very comfortable and very excited by it.
Do you have an idea of how many new players you're planning to bring in, and what's the makeup of freshmen versus junior college transfers potentially?
Ultimately, I think we looked at 20 to 25 players would be our target. The vast majority coming from the high school ranks. I really think it's important that when you're trying to establish credibility within the team, you're trying to establish trust and work ethic. Transfers, junior college players can be a hindrance to that. They don't put in their time beforehand, and so you're asking all these guys to put in their time. That can be a detriment early, and so that's something we'll look at. Is the makeup of this team able to take that on, or is that something that we need to make sure that we do very, very limited basis, or maybe not at all? So primarily we'll be in the high school ranks, getting the kids in that are great character kids that are going to work hard and develop into the players and men we want them to be.
What do you think the most important thing you're bringing out of the MDSU experience to you?
A lot. A lot. Recruiting obviously is one. Being able to sit down and go through the whole process face to face and really sell kids on that. I think maybe the bigger thing besides that is being involved in a high level of competition, high competitive environments. To be coaching in the Metrodome, to be going on the road and beating Ball State, things like that. To see kids rise to a different level. That's what we need to get out of these kids, to rise to a different level, to a level that they don't maybe think they can